Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Today we are doing flourless chocolate cake. Now, I have made many versions of this, but I really happen to like this one the most. So, and it's certainly one of the easiest. So let's begin. Turn your oven on to 350. I have simmering water here. I have prepared a pan. This is the easiest preparation ever because you just put a piece of parchment paper down and do not butter. This is sort of like a souffle. And so you want to make it so that it will climb up the sides. And you'll see how it looks in a minute. You put it on a pan to go in the oven. That's all the preparation for that at all. You have your water simmering and you want it to be a double boiler. Carrie asked me if a double boiler was good.
That's right.
And of course it's good. Double boilers are great, but I don't own one. So I'm going to use a bowl, a heat-proof bowl. I'm going to turn, the water is boiling. I'm going to turn it down and put the bowl on it. Now I've already got some of the chocolate in there. I have used most of it is just this from Trader Joe's. The dark, imported from Belgium, dark chocolate, 72% dark chocolate. The only problem with this is that you have to cut it up and get it into the pan. You can also easily use chocolate chips. They won't taste as super fancy as the others, but they're perfectly acceptable. Now, with the chocolate, you have to kind of cut it up so that it isn't in these huge pieces, so that it will melt easily. I love this because I almost always have everything on hand. I don't have to buy anything weird or new. I can just have it. Also, it can be made in the morning. And then you don't, it's one of those desserts that you have, like the trifle, you have it on hand. And it requires hardly any last minute anything. So I'm going to melt this over simmering water. You don't want to have, you don't want any water in this at all because the chocolate will seize up and be awful. But there's no, I mean, it's over boiling water, not boiling, simmering, and it takes a while for it to melt, about 5 minutes. I'm not bringing it over because, you know, it's melting chocolate. It's boring.
Hey, do you ever melt in the microwave?
I have, but I haven't done this recipe. I would, if I were melting in a microwave, I would do it in 10-second bursts and then stir it up and then another 10 seconds or maybe 15 seconds. I do that a lot. I just haven't done it for this recipe, so I'm not sure, but I've done it. It seems perfectly fine. So let's talk about the eggs. you are going to need, let's talk about the eggs. Eggs, you're going to need 6 eggs. And they have 4 of them have to be separated. So I'm going. Here we go. Come on, separate. There you go. I'm going to put the egg yolks in this bowl down here. Meanwhile, I am melting this, which is getting melted pretty well. And these go into a mixer. You're going to do 4 egg whites in the mixer.
I did mine already.
You did it? Good. You are so organized.
Very, very organized, Carrie.
This is my happy place, you guys. No joke.
After, here comes 3. And that gets put into the mixer. And here is 4.
Beautiful.
There we go. All right. 4 egg whites into the mixer. I've got 2 whole eggs that go in here. And the eggs are ready. Now okay. The chocolate is getting all melty. It should be smooth,
Yeah.
and fairly warm. And it's looking absolutely luscious and wonderful.
It is. I can show you mine. You see, it's very luscious and wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Luscious and wonderful.
Ooh.
There you go.
All right.
That's good.
Okay. So mine is melted,
Ours is melted too. Okay.
right? And I have softened butter. Now, it's not softened, it's just room temperature, but it goes into the chocolate.
Put that into the chocolate.
This is
Yeah.
extremely low cal, right?
Oh, absolutely.
There's no calories at the holidays, Susan.
There's no carbs in it.
That's nice to know, Carrie. All right.
Isn't that great? Okay, so this is getting stirred up and melted together, and it needs to be smooth. It needs to be smooth. And by the time you get it all melted up and smooth, it's also going to be cool enough to be mixed with eggs. So the eggs are going to just be heating up. I'm going to throw in a little bit of salt because I do that. And a 1/2 cup of sugar. That's half the sugar. 1/2 cup of sugar goes in here. Now I've made it with less sugar, but not that much less. If you're using very dark chocolate that is very semi-sweet, you actually do need some sugar in it. So here we go. It's getting all melty and beautiful.
But this is the 62% cacao, right?
It's
So it's-
72%
72%.
from Trader Joe's.
Okay.
Now, like I said at the beginning, you can also use chocolate chips.
Which is what I'm doing.
Because
But I got the dark chocolate. How did you mix it up?
that's what I generally have is chocolate chips. And if this is a last minute thing, I don't see it being that different, though this stuff is good stuff, the Trader Joe's. So by the time it gets to looking all smooth like this, it's actually pretty smooth. And it's pretty cool to the, I mean, it's warm, but it's still cool. Now I beat this up fairly well, and I'm going to add the flavorings. Now let's talk about flavorings. Vanilla, duh. You can put almond and vanilla. I like almond. Carrie doesn't, so Carrie's going to leave that out. Here is rum. You can do Cointreau, or an orange liqueur. You can put in grated orange rind. That would give it a different taste. Whatever you want, whatever you like, by all means, put it in. I'm going to put in my usual vanilla. A little bit of almond. Not much. And, oh, what the hell? I'll put some rum in. Again, not much, but whatever. Okay. So here we go. Now,
There's a
let's talk about the egg whites, which are now going to go into until they are foamy. About a minute, 2 minutes, something like that. Say again? What? Did somebody ask me a question?
I was just muting myself because I felt like we were loud.
So when it gets all foamy and look like that, then I throw in a half a cup of sugar. Now this is you're going to beat this for, a good 3 or 4 minutes until it's foamy and soft. And while that happens, I'm going to put the chocolate mixture into the eggs and sugar, the other half of the sugar. And the flavorings. Every bit of that good stuff is going in there. So now let's see about this. I'm going to give it another minute, and then I'll show you another 30 seconds. I'll show you what it looks like. And it looks like this. Truly lovely. Does that make sense?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, darling. Okay, so you take about, oh, I don't know, a scoop of this and put it in here and fold it in to lighten the mixture. If you put the whole thing in, it won't, I mean, it deflates the egg whites a lot more. So you're just cutting it in until it looks kind of more homogeneous. And then you put all the rest in until it looks sort of like a souffle. Well, it is a souffle. You don't have to pretend it's a souffle. It is a souffle. Okay, we're gonna let this souffle deflate, which will be good. So you fold it, you're folding it in by cutting it in half and then folding it over. Cut it in half, fold it over, like this. So you're not deflating, you're not stirring it up, and you're not deflating the egg whites until it looks all gorgeous. Look at how beautiful.
Ooh.
There's something about egg whites and folding things in that is very sensual. This is called a cloud cake. So until it's about evenly, you know, you don't see any huge bunches of whites in it. Then you put it into your prepared pan like this. And smooth it out. There we go. And you are basically done. All you have to do is put it in the oven for 35 minutes. And then kind of check it at the end of 35 minutes. It might take 40 minutes. I happened to make it in a larger container, and it took 35 minutes in the large container. But, you know, it's up to you, however you want to, however it works for you and your oven and things like that. You want it to be puffed up. It's going to look all puffy, and cracks in it. And the middle is still kind of jiggly. Not a whole lot jiggly, but still sort of jiggly. And then you take it out. And it like this.
Oh, gorgeous.
I mean, it is like super cool.
It's really beautiful.
Lovely. And then, okay, I made it the other night and didn't have any whipped cream. So what I did was, I just served it in wedges and put, oh, here you go, sweetie. Noelle, do you like it? That's what your mom's making.
Ooh,
I cut it up and then put ice cream on it.
wicked.
Or in this case, if I was doing this for a dinner party, I whipped this cream up. This is whipped cream, soft whipped cream, not heavy whipped cream. I mean, I whipped it not until it was stiff. I whipped it so it was really kind of a cloud. If I were doing this for a dinner party, this is what I do. Fill that center area with whipped cream, sweetened whipped cream. And
Did
then,
somebody say whipped cream?
yes, somebody did.
Want to lick that pot?
That cat is gone crazy when you said whipped cream.
She does like whipped cream, yes.
And I had some shavings.
Ooh, that looks pretty.
Oh, that's so pretty.
So let's see what it looks like on the inside.
Shavings? They're chocolate shavings.
Kate, can you hold that up? I want to take a picture of it.
Oh, there it is. And here's what it looks like on the inside. Oops. It would help if I had a plate.
Ooh. Mm.
Ooh.
Yum.
Oh, that looks so delicious.
And the inside is kind of gooey, and the outside is kind of crisp, and it is just mighty fine. It's a mighty fine dessert. And like I said, I've made many different kinds of flourless chocolate cakes, and they're all wonderful. They're all, I mean, all wonderful. But I like this one because it's not all flat, and it has different textures in it when you eat it. So there you have it. The best. That's it. And you know, it doesn't take that long. That's one of the things. I made this, I timed it, and it's about a 25-minute, you know, you're hands-on. And then you've got 35 to 40 minutes in the oven. You don't take it out of the pan until it gets cold or cool. And so, and you can have it on the back burner, and you know, oh, I also whipped that cream up early on. Oh, I know what else we did. We put raspberries and that shape,
Oh.
you know, that kind of whipped cream that goes, you know, that, and that tasted mighty fine too.
Kate, when it's ready, is it like a clean knife situation, or it just looks kind of cracked and
It looks all puffy.
Mhm.
The inside is going to be kind of gooey. You want it to be kind of gooey. So any clean knife is going to be on the edge, toward the edge, more than in the middle. The middle, you want it not totally gooey, but still gooey, you know? It's actually just a fallen souffle. And I always, when I made souffles, and I went through a phase of making souffles, I always liked the fallen souffles better than the souffles as they came out of the oven. I just did. I like the gooey stuff in the middle. So,
Can you refrigerate it?
yep, and you can freeze it. I know it sounds weird, but you can actually freeze this.
Oh,
And it's just fine. I only did that once, but it's just fine. So
Great. I just couldn't imagine serving it and not having everybody eat all of it.
yeah, I
It's
can't imagine
really
it
rich.
lasting long.
Leftover.
I don't think you're gonna have leftovers with that, no.
leftovers are gone by the next morning. So yeah. And you can actually, now this isn't going to look as pretty tomorrow morning because it's got the whipped cream, and the whipped cream will kind of deflate a little bit, but it'll be fine tomorrow morning. Not that it's going to, I mean, I think that people around here are going to be eating it. So there you go. So it's a non-traditional dessert for Thanksgiving, but I guess that this Thanksgiving is one of the more non-traditional we've ever had.
Yep.
I'm going to have the smallest Thanksgiving ever
Yeah. Oh,
in 47 years.
oh
But
my gosh.
Us too.
Us too.
Yep. Yeah. Susan is cooking for people in her building.
Well, for two, and then an outside. So we're just gonna package up, a nice Thanksgiving dinner. And then it's just gonna be Stuart and me,
Yeah. And it's
because it's not safe.
right. Absolutely. I'm not willing, I talked to Ben and the girls yesterday, and Ben said, no, Mom, we're not coming on, no. And I said, okay, well, we're all on the same page.
I think everybody with brains is doing the same thing, just your nuclear family.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ellen and Ted are they were invited someplace, but they don't know those people, or they don't know some of those people.
Right.
So they're not going. So
We haven't seen our kids from Clovis since Christmas in a year. So they're going to be in Palm Springs. They're going to come here, and I'm doing my granddaughter calls it a bistro. I'm having them write what they want, and Ed and I are cooking and serving, and it's going in a little foil packet. We're going to pre-package it in the house, and they're going to eat outside with mask distance and spend a couple hours, and I'm hoping that's safe enough.
what a good idea.
It's going to be kind of
That's
fun.
a really
Actually,
good
they'll just say,
idea.
I want gravy on this. I want, it's going to be very simple, but I'm going to put it in the things to stay warm. They're not all as concerned, but Ed and I are. So it's like, you know what? That's what we're doing.
I'm very concerned, and Sean and Caroline are out in the desert, and they're being very careful. So it's
Yeah, our daughter with the little one, same thing. She's not comfortable even being outside with, the other two, because they're out about. And so we're just going to have, I think, pumpkin pie with them on outdoors one day, with the little local one. So I think we'll be safe, but it's weird.
it is weird.
Yes, baby.
I ordered dinner from Urban Plates, and
Oh.
we'll see how it goes.
And you're going to be barbecuing, Dina, right?
Yeah, we'll be out in the desert away from, there's
Yeah.
a lot of people around, but not close.
They're not up close. Right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And-
Are you going with a big group then? Do you have a group?
I don't know how many. I just know of one other couple that are going, and there's a couple of other people, but they're gonna be gone before Thanksgiving. And we're not gonna be socially close at all.
You don't have to out there, that's for sure.
I have every reason to just kind of hole up in the camper and enjoy myself that way.
And work on your,
Yep.
work on
And
your, work on your book.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm itching to get that back out and start painting again, so.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I'm going to be cooking the week after Thanksgiving. Obviously, we're not doing this, but I was thinking maybe, I don't know. I don't know. So if you have any ideas, just text me. If you have any ideas about what you want, I'm open to whatever you want. I'm certainly by that Thursday, I'm probably going to be doing some turkey leftovers. I don't know.
And it's your birthday the Monday after Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
I know you didn't want to say it, but
That's right.
It's true.
Yeah. So it'll be an interesting birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas for all of us.
yep,
They're just added to the list.
yep.
List. It's
And
going
then next year or the year after, or whenever we can do it, we'll just celebrate everything all at once.
All at once,
One huge party.
I
Great, with all of the foods from all of the holidays that we missed out on.
Yeah.
Exactly, Allison. Exactly.
Good.
We'll do a potluck of all of our things from Kate's cooking class
Right?
Yeah.
and just
Everybody
eat
bring
what
a
you
dish.
want.
Everybody bring a dish.
I love it.
My house. It'll be great.
I have to tell you guys, I get this Farm Fresh to You box, and usually I customize it, and it caught me off guard this week, and it showed up, and I was like, oh crap, here's my box. And there were persimmons in there, and I have only eaten one persimmon in my life, and I did not like it, but they sent along a recipe for caramelized baked persimmons.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna try those and I'll let you know how it goes.
Please. Please, that would be wonderful.
My yard guy brought a couple of them to me and I didn't know what to do with them.
When Jeff was still alive, I used to always make him a persimmon pud, which is really a cake. And after he passed all those years ago, that's the last persimmon I ever used. Because I didn't really care for it. I mean, it's a lot of work to make a cake. It has a very distinctive flavor. I guess the Aussies love them.
Well,
Australia, New Zealand, they're like super into persimmons.
Hmm.
I can take a little bit of them. Michael, my friend Michael, when he lived here in Southern California, had a tree, and I would get as many persimmons as I could eat and cook with. But since then, it's not one of those things that I kind of go, oh, goody, persimmons, not like strawberries or something.
And it's not something you wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'd really like to have persimmon. Now, I can see waking up in the morning and saying, I want to make that cake that Kate made last night. Because I dreamt about it all night.
Yep.
I want to thank you all for being here, and thank you for, I love doing this. I just love it. And I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'll let you guys know about my brother. It looks like he's on the mend. And I've got my fingers crossed, and certainly he's being prayed for. So,
You know, if anybody can do it, Al can do it.
yeah, Al is
He's-
really the son of a bitch.
He's really mean.
Well, he was in high school.
Is he older? Is he older than you or younger, Kate?
Younger.
Younger? By how much?
6 years? No, wait,
No, 5.
See, I always have to
He
figure out
was
where
he was
your
in Mary's
family is
class.
with my family, you know, so I'm sure they know him.
He is in Stevie's class
In Steve's class?
and Mary's class.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll tell Steve then.
yeah. He's had MS for 25 years.
Yeah.
Is just an old man of the mountain. He's just like, you can call me a cripple. That's what I am, a cripple. You know, it's like, all right, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
He's also brilliant.
He is. Yeah, he's very smart. But right now he's kind of loopy.
Well, I'm sure that he's on massive steroids as well.
Right.
And that makes you paranoid as all get out. I did. When they put me on steroids, I said, I don't do well on steroids. And the nurse said, paranoia. And I said, oh yeah.
When
You
I
know, I have flights of fancy of flying out the window, all kinds of stuff.
Scary.
was tonight before I go to bed, you know.
Yeah, weird stuff.
Anyway, have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You too.
And
too.
Pam,
Thank
don't
you,
forget, Pamela, send me your snail mail address so
Oh.
I can send you the daisies.
Thank you. Thank you. I will do that. Thank you so much.
Okay, everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
care.
Bye,
Fun.
everybody.
Yeah.
Enjoy Glamis, Dina. Better
I
you
will.
than me.
I'll keep you posted.
Oh, Ed's over here going, oh, he would give anything to be in Glamis this week.